Among the fallen, twisted branches of the grove, grief drifts like mist, settling on those who remain. But in every weary hand and every quiet voice, there is purpose. The promise of vengeance, the strength of community, and the fragile work of healing. These are the stories of those who live on, of those who endure. This is Echoes of the Grove. Dusk begins to fall like a velvet curtain, slow and heavy, casting the grove in a quiet, mournful, grey light. The last of the sun lingers at the edge of the horizon, and there is a soft, muted wash of amber melting into a mauve grey. The shadows begin to stretch long through the twisted trees, and there is just this stillness. It isn't peaceful. It feels more like a hush, something deliberate, as if the grove, the woods, the rot was holding its breath, waiting. It was at this moment, as Oisin took the first steps across the elder tree bridge, that she saw her. Caoimhe standing at the far edge of the fallen tree, motionless, half lit by a dwindling light, her cape torn and dirt-stained, her hair loose, just spilling around her very pale face. She didn't say anything at first. She only watched, Oisin's eyes finding her and just this solemn heaviness in them.
Caoimhe.
Her lips moved, words carried by the echo across the gorge. Find me. And then she turned, running into the deeper dark. Oisin didn't shout. She ran. The elder tree groaning underfoot, ancient bark splitting beneath her weight as she sprinted across the bridge. Breagon, Screech, and Oisin close behind, the weight of their pursuit loosening stones that tumbled down into the mist-shrouded gorge. As the last of them crossed, the tree gave a long, shivering sigh and splintered, part of it sliding down into the ravine with a sound like ribs cracking. There was no way back. Beyond the chasm, the grove deepened. The air thickens with a creeping miasma, damp and warm, hugging the skin like a breath. Every tree bending toward them, hollow-eyed and listening. Silence was heavy. It wasn't an absence of sound, but something lingering beneath it. In the distance, the spires of the Song of Heroes emerged through the gloom, or what was left of them. Leaning, cracked statues, altars overtaken by rotting vine and moss. Stone faces once revered were now featureless, and the path of pilgrims had long since disappeared beneath a creeping, crawling rot. The grove no longer sang a song of joy. Instead, there was a memory of words and a melody, a soft echo in the chest. Not a lullaby, but a lament for what we have lost and what we have yet to lose. There is no sign of Caoimhe as you look around, but you find a small clearing, a shelter, half-crumpled wall to brace yourself against and light a fire. Breagon, Oisin, Screech, and Cossin make camp.
I think Cossin, she's keeps wandering into the forest away from the camp just to see if she can find her. Like, she's refusing. She's not helping. She's not doing anything. She's just walking into the forest, trying to find any sign at all. Because this is the first time she's seen her since the attack. She needs to know. Kiva! Are you hurt? I try to find, I want to use that ability I have to commune with the forest to see if there's been any sign of her through here.
When you reach out to the trees, Cossin, in the way that you've done so many times before, and it's just the energy that seems to pulse through them that you can kind of connect to. The tree seems to shiver at your touch. It trembles, and you feel a coldness travel up your arm. There's a flash, and you can see several people running in all different directions. You don't recognize anybody, but they're dressed. The clothes, like they look straight. All looks very, very strange. Like you're getting a flash of something, and there's a moment where, like, as the vision fades, you could see a small halfling woman running. She looked like one of the statues that used to stand here at the Song of Five Heroes.
Do I get the impression that it's close to camp? Like where the direction this halfling woman ran towards?
If I could kind of describe it, it was, if this allows you to connect this ability to kind of reach out to the trees and kind of see what they have seen, this feels like a whisper of a memory. This is a very, very old vision.
She is just she's furious. I think she's just going to stamp at the sapling or tree or whatever that was causing this vision and just scream at it. Just scream. Just tell me where! Tell me where! You just... You saw her and you're not telling me, you fucking liar! I'm just gonna take off the shield and just bash it against whatever sapling, tree, whatever is lying to her.
All of you back at the camp, as kind of, even if you had attempted to kind of call Cossin back, she seemed to either not hear you or just ignore you entirely. You might have kept an eye on what kind of direction she had going, and you'd see that she seemed to have circled around the camp. It wasn't just running blindly into the woods. They seemed to be doing kind of a perimeter sweep. It's that Grove Guardian training kind of kicking in, even if it was a short-lived career. It's very much encoded in a lot of what Cossin practices. She vanishes behind kind of a thicket of trees, and as the sparks of a campfire light and a warm golden orange glow just sort of casts your shadows up along the old stone walls of the shelter. You, Screech, Oisin, and Bragon, you just hear Cossin wailing and screaming in the distance.
Can I hear the shield being bashed against stuff?
Yeah, there is just this hanging silence in the air. So it's reverberating around.
Awesome. I'm gonna run over, and as you are lifting up the shield to bash it against something, I'm just gonna I don't care if it hits me square in the face. I'm gonna put my body in the way so that you cannot bash the shield anymore. And I'm just gonna say, What are you doing?
If you I grab the shield, I just shove you. It's like, you sent her out here. This was your fucking fault, and you're not doing a single fucking thing right. You want to...
No. I want to what? You need to get this out. Come on. Hit me.
How many searches have you put out looking for survivors? How many people died defending the Grove? No one of you fucking care if Kiva comes back. All you want to do is take in the rot, right? Take in the rot and make your own magic or cure. There is no fucking cure. The forest is dead now.
Not yet. It can't be not yet. Or else what we're doing is for nothing. Or else what do you think we're doing out here?
Did you already forget how you killed the elder tree? I heard it crash back in the chasm. Are you going to tell me you didn't cut it down?
I did what I had to do to get us across that chasm. Mm-hmm. Everything I do, I don't love it, but everything I do is to get us to a place where the forest is back. Yeah, an elder tree was killed. We'll plant another one. We will live and we will survive for long enough that 100 elder trees will take its place. And I know how many people I've sent out to look for survivors, and I know that not one of them has come back. This is our last chance.
Kiva died. Kiva died to save this forest. And you and Screech, and for all I know, fucking Bragon. There won't be a forest to save if you're cutting down the elder tree or embracing this rot. Have you seen your fucking arm? There won't be a grove if you take this in. Don't you understand that? But no, you're right. Anything to protect the grove. Right? Anything. Doesn't matter what we lose, because we could gain everything back. Well, what if that doesn't happen?
That can't happen. It's gotta work. It simply has to. We've given up too much.
No matter what, I have nothing to go back to. Nothing. Kiva's dead. No. It's all right. I've known it for a few days now. The people you sent haven't come back, or she hasn't come back herself, which she would if she could.
No, we don't
The forest
know.
ate her. The rot ate her, or whatever came out of the root ate her, or she just died, and the forest does what it always does, and has since before any of us existed. It takes life. And normally that would be fine. I would accept that. I would accept that if it was just natural. but it's not. The rot isn't natural. And the rot probably ate her. The rot probably ate her. The rot is eating you too.
Oisin can see that you're spiraling, and I think is going to do something that he's not used to, especially not to you, but he's going to lie to you.
Oh.
He's going to say, "Oh, you're right. This rot, it's not natural. And it's an unnatural corruption, but we can get everything back. And if it's unnatural, we can reverse it. And if she is dead, that means we could get her back. I just need you to hold it together. We can't lose hope that this can be fixed. If there's a way to bring her back if she is gone, or maybe she's not gone, you don't know that yet. But maybe the power that's been corrupting everything can be used to bring everything back."
So yeah, do you know what's funny about Screech? Screech doesn't actually screech. All he does is sit and watch and whisper about all the power you could have as long as you do something bad right now. Screech doesn't care about you. Screech doesn't care about the forest. Screech only cares about power. He's using you to see how far the rot can kill you before you can unleash whatever ultimate power there is.
Cousin, everyone's using me. That's the only thing people do to me. What do you think my job is? All I'm good for is to do what people tell me and to serve the people. I'm doing everything I can to make this right, and I just need everyone to hold on to it, just till we get there, and then we can fix it. Yes, there are costs. Yes, I've had to do horrible things. Yes, Bragon is an asshole. Yes, Screech is creepy. Yes, I don't like any of this. But we can fix it. And if we can fix it, then it'll be worth it.
Fine. If you don't want to hear what I have to say, that's fine. Just I need you to go right now. Give me that fucking shield.
Okay. Just
leave.
It's kind of hard to not hear this conversation, Screech and Bragon. It's not like they were speaking in hushed tones or whispers. They've been screaming at each other.
Here, Screech. You're a bit of a weird lad, aren't you?
Is there something you wish to talk about?
Just trying to make a polite conversation, I guess. I was just wondering, I saw you doing like big, crazy, deadly magic over there, getting us over the,
yes,
getting us over the chasm. Like, how does that work? What's the story with these? Could you do that without the scroll, or was that the scroll? And like, I think as soon as we've begun hearing Ray's voices, I have just been nattering, just chattering about kind of Resident Evil, like, oh Jace, look, that's a mad stick, isn't it? That stick's mad. Look, this rock looks like a bit of a head if you got knocked about the place or something. I'm just like stream of consciousness speaking until I accidentally call you a weirdo.
Yeah.
And then see your face and I'm like, oh yeah, no. So what's the story with that magic? Like, can you do that, or what's the story?
I think like Screech will let this happen without any problem for like 10, 15, 20 seconds and just not worry about it at all. The moment you call him weird, kind of cocks his head against towards you, you start waffling about his magic. He doesn't reply. Lets like 10 more seconds pass. You continue to just waffle about. He's like, Raycon,
Yeah? Sorry, did I say something odd? What's up?
why are you here?
Honestly, look, I was kind of hoping you maybe you could answer that for me, because I don't know why the fuck I'm here, Screech. Honestly, like you're one, the spirit one just was like, here's a sling of all things, and then was like, right, go off, like fight the forest. Like I don't know, I came, I just came back to see what was going on. I heard there's lots of commotion and stuff. Wanted to see what the crack was, and then all of a sudden, the root tree is gone, and like then I get drafted into this, and I know obviously like I'm a big tough lad, and Oisin wants me and stuff, but like I don't know, I didn't expect this. Is that like
Raycon,
what?
Raycon, you talk way too much. Now, I have answers for many things. I know things that, in all fairness, most people in this world wouldn't know or don't care to learn.
Okay, so
There's
you're gonna
one
answer me a
thing
question
I
then,
don't
or
have an
what?
answer for. There's one thing I don't have an answer for, and that's
Okay, what's that?
incompetence.
Oh,
So, there's one thing I believe. The spirit of the forest doesn't make mistakes out of casual choices. So if you're here, it means that this, and he kind of points with his long, elongated fingers, like 5-10 centimeters away from Bragon's face, is either a facade or something is blocking you. Either way, we have no time to deal with this bullshit. So either get your shit together, find the truth within yourself, or stop getting in our way.
okay. Yeah. Sorry, I thought, maybe thought I could talk to you because you seem so on the outside of things. Thought you might understand, but no, that's fine. Yeah, I'll get my shit together.
Screech kind of lets out a long sigh, thinks to himself, I'm getting too old for this. Lowers his tension a little bit. Raygon, there's a reason why you came back exactly when you were supposed to go out on this little quest. There is a reason why the spirits chose you to accompany us. What drives you? What do you need to accomplish? What would make you whole? I don't have answers for you, but I can make you think.
Right, yeah, you don't have answers, but you got fucking big questions. I don't, like, what drives me? I don't know. And he looks around to make sure like Costin isn't nearby, and he's like, I think I'm dying. I started being sick. Started just a patch on just under my ribs there. It's been growing. It's getting hard to move. Getting hard to breathe sometimes. Thought, come back. Costin's the best healer I knew. Thought she might be able to look at that for me. And then suddenly, nope. Death sentence for old Bragon. Have a bit of fucking leather and string. Not even given any magical stones or bullets. Sent out into the forest to destroy an ancient evil and save the world or some shit, when I'm much more of a spear guy anyway.
Are you happy with your life? If you died today, tomorrow, how would that feel?
You're asking a lot of real personal questions. I don't know if I really kind of intended to get this deep with you, Screech, to be honest. You're a bit scary.
Bragon, we are in the middle of a forest. corrupted by an ancient curse.
Yeah, I know. It's scary. What I just said.
Why is answering a question scarier than doing this? And he gestures towards the entirety of their surroundings.
And I think, no matter where Bragon looks, all he can still kind of see is just like Screech's piercing eyes at any point. I mean, like, questions are fine, No, questions are fine. Questions are fine. It's the part after the questions that's tough.
Bragon.
Yeah?
I do not care for your answer. I just want you to know the answer within yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're not happy with what you've done, if you're not happy to die tomorrow, change that. Make sure you die happy. Make sure you die doing something that you actually care for. And stop letting your head, your internal thoughts get in the way of this quest. Sort your shit first. Decide what you want to do, how you want to be remembered if you do pass soon. I've been told that I was dying 30 years ago and I'm still here. Life doesn't go the way you plan. Make sure that you're happy with every single day. Make sure if you die tomorrow, you're happy. Make sure if you die in 40 years, you're happy. That's all you need to care about. Everything else, bullshit.
Yeah.
Now,
Cool. Yeah. Easy.
If you don't mind, I'll go see what that is about. And points towards where the shouting is happening.
Yeah.
Think about it. And he storms off, having spoken more than he intended to within the entirety of this quest.
Yeah, I think Bragon just kind of sits by the fire and just kind of idly tends it, completely drawn into himself.
In this moment, kind of as the four of you, as the group fractures, Screech, you head off in the direction of the last scream or shout that you heard coming from Oisin, or was it Oisin? Neither one of them wants to neither one seems to let the other have the last word on this. They don't seem to be making any sort of headway to finding something that they can agree to or settle on. You kind of find them just a little beyond the edge of the camp that you have made. They've stumbled onto kind of the old road that would kind of lead you straight towards, or lead pilgrims straight towards the Song of Five Heroes, this holy site. They're standing there and you watch as clearly the forest itself, it's leaning in. The canopy is a little lower. The vines seem to be sort of coiling and climbing to get that little bit closer to what's happening, as if they are forcing these two, almost locking them or kind of capturing them in place here. It's as if the forest is trying to will these two to not escape from what they're saying to each other. And there's a moment where Oisin bites back and you heard your name mentioned. And then there's just that heavy, overbearing silence lingering. But as the grove and the dark woods go quiet, you find that here, at this place, that thing that seems to have lurked underneath that silence, that thing that seems to have been holding its breath, readying and waiting, anticipating, releases. And Oisin, Oisin, and Screech, you see several flowers, small saplings, mushrooms just unfurl, and they begin to glow. And it is just this sort of spore-like haze that begins to drift out of them as you hear this low lament, this echoing choir of melancholy, and all manner of spectres and ghosts begin to walk the dark woods. And you can see them. They're you could almost reach out and touch them. They seem to be made of the dimming light and these clouds of spores, echoes and fragments, whispers of memories of their former selves. You see some people are clearly wearing some of the kind of older garb, slightly out of date fashion of the Grove. These long flowing, billowing sleeves and robes. And there's merchants hauling carts, and you can see people sort of running up alongside, and some are holding their hands in kind of in like a solemn sort of fixed point, heads bowed as they move deeper into the dark woods.
Are me and Oisin seeing this as well?
All of you, the three of you are seeing this from where you are. It's as if the dark woods... Not
necessarily hostile, though.
No, they don't see... They're not interacting. They are not doing anything to you. Okay. They seem to just be acting out whatever it is that happened, or that they remember, or what these things remember of them doing.
I'm just going to real quick just try to make contact with them, as many of us as I can, and I'm just going to cover my nose and mouth in my arm and just indicate that people do the same. Pretty standard Grove procedure of, hey, spores in a forest, cover your nose.
I'm going to take off my apron. And I'm going to find the biggest concentration of mushrooms that seem to be releasing these spores, lay my apron over them, and then stomp them into the ground.
Oisin, you lift that heavy apron off, and Oisin, you see her move without a word. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't even look at you. And there is just this cluster of these... It's sort of a violet blue that kind of has a soft sort of almost neon shine off of it. As you approach, you feel his eyes on you before you see him, Oisin. Screech is just standing a couple of feet from you. As you drop the apron on the spores, and with your heavy boot, you crush this little cloud of mushrooms into the dirt. Oisin, running past you, you clearly saw three smaller children, these little specters. They were running up. One started to climb up along the torso and the shoulders of a much taller. Looked kind of like a giant or a furbog almost. Like he was just this tall. These kids just seemed to kind of be in the middle of this. They were messing. They were playing, and then they vanish, and there is nothing of them left.
I'm waiting to see reactions from anything, to and from anything. I have one hand reaching back for the spear, the other one is covering my nose and mouth. This is pure, and in my mind, in Oisin's mind, an ambush just happened, but he doesn't know if it's a harmless ambush or one that's going to become hostile, so he's just observing.
Once I stomp out the spores, there's no evidence of any other ghosts?
Nope. It was just those ghosts. The forest is still filled with these kind of glowing specters.
Would this event be something that Screech would be familiar with? Like something that's common for the forest? Or totally.
Again, this particular part of the grove and the dark woods has been kind of lost to the rot for a long time. But if you want to spend a guile,
Sure.
I think in this moment, Old Screech, it kind of, you've been around so long and you've heard stories and you've done your research into the rot and stuff like that. There's a part of it when you see that, just that blotting out of these spores, like those shadows, those outlines, that dust of a memory under Cossin's boot. There's a moment where it's like two thoughts you've had a long time ago connect. And it goes back to this whole idea of what is the rot if it's not death? And if this is just a part of that, well, then these plants, these mushrooms, it's not poisonous. And even though Oisin has covered his mouth, it hasn't done anything to you. You're not struggling to breathe. And Cossin doesn't seem to be, gasping for air. And the specters don't seem to be hostile. Like if this was what they were planning on doing, there's more than enough of them right now to take out the three of you. Like these seem to be locking in memories of life, powerful little moments, things that the root, the rot, the world seems to just absorb. And now it seems to walk free.
Are there any more of these mushrooms?
There's clusters of these mushrooms and flowers everywhere.
I see. I'm going to, if there's more of the ghosts, I am going to pick up the apron again, find the next cluster, do the same thing.
Screech is immediately, and if you want me to spend a haste for this, I can. Immediately super fast, plumage billowing in the wind as he does so, and snatch the apron from where Cossin has placed it. Be like,
can I shield bash him as he does it?
This is what we're going to say happens. Screech, you see Cossin again, she seems to have snapped.
Yeah.
Out of everything that you have experienced and encountered as you've been traveling through the dark woods of the Grove, this is the one thing that doesn't seem to be corrupt or evil or harmful. But she has blinkers on.
Yeah.
She sees the rot as this awful, terrible thing and doesn't truly understand it.
Cool.
You literally, it's more of you kind of jump and sort of dive and kind of gliding. You snatch the apron, and as you kind of whip it back, you are met with just a full heavy wood and metal reinforcement of the shield as it just cracks into the side of your head. You stumble back as Cossin takes the apron in one hand, and it is torn in two.
Don't you fucking touch it!
Screech will say absolutely nothing, but you see his eyes, black eyes, kind of the iris kind of propagates outside into the white part of his eyes, and he starts using one of his abilities. I'm gonna bend reality in a small way, revealing the true forest behind the veil. So I'm trying to unmask this event to Cossin's eyes in a way that she can understand that this is one of the last true harmless natural things in the grove, and that she's messing with this, then she's too far gone. And what she's feeling towards the forest is valid, but by messing with this specific event that seems to be so true and so pure and so like the last remaining fragments of the memory that the forest that we all love still holds, then something is truly wrong with her. So I'm going to part that veil and try and show that this event is something beautiful to behold.
Okay, so if you spend your point of haste, I need you to take a point of harm And with the shield bash, we're going to say a valor point for Cousin.
Gotcha.
But it's in this moment as an Oisin, it's you've seen this can happen. It happens when a group of guardians go out and they're out too long, and they can bicker and they can fight, and you are watching this, but this isn't petty squabbles over who took rations or who's sleeping in late or who swapped out some boots for some. This is people tearing at the very fabric of who each other are. And you see just Screech stand there, and like his head kind of cocks and twitches, and then his eyes kind of begin to flicker. And just that song, that sad little woeful melody that's been lingering on the air, you all see those specters shift and flicker around you. Where there was just this glowing kind of sporous clouds, you now see people. You see people from the Grove in those really old, like that weird phase that the Grove citizens went through where they were all wearing the same robes. It was kind of
we don't talk about that.
Giving kind of cult vibes for a while, but you see that. But then interspersed amongst them, there are travelers, there are merchants, there are brothers and sisters from various temples, all sort of gathering and coming together. And amongst them, you can kind of hear people talking and laughing. This isn't something bad. This isn't something terrible that is happening. This is a pilgrimage. And that song, that warble that you've been hearing in the distance, you just see a young Arakorkran woman holding a lute, and she's walking and she's playing, and behind her there's a smattering of children and older people who, on hearing the melody, they begin to sing the Song of Five Heroes.
Okay.
And it flickers again, and it's just this cloud of spores. We cut back to you're just, and again you can see these kind of flickering little lights, Bragon, in the distance, and you can still hear whatever is happening. They're still at it, and it is Screech's words that are kind of lingering, like, am I happy? What am I doing here? Okay, this isn't an accident. I'm meant to be here. And then you just hear an ember, some sparks. It's just the fire cracks, and you just see that campfire that you and Screech had and Oisin had built has kind of dwindled, and just with that really weird stick that you pointed out to Screech earlier on, you just sort of jab at it. There's a kind of a quietness that sort of presses down on you. And then you feel the air shift slightly. It's not a breeze. It's not like thunder in the air. It's not that heavy sort of atmospheric pressure. It's just all of what you were feeling in that moment just sort of vanishes. And you don't find yourself sitting with your back against an ancient stone wall staring at a fire anymore. You were sitting against a tree stump. And just a couple of feet in front of you, you can see a young woman kneeling down, just staring into something. and you recognize kind of the tangles of her fair hair, the shape of her build, and the Grove Guardian cape that hangs over her shoulders, the bright green, as of yet untarnished by her first watch of the Grove. You see Quiva.
Do I recognize this as a memory? Is this something that has happened? Or is this more of a hallucination or a vision? Do I know?
It's like as you sort of look around, everything else is sort of in a haze. It's like you can see trees and you can see kind of buildings that look like maybe from the Grove itself, but where you are doesn't seem to be a particular space. It seems to be sort of a collection of different places and things from the Grove, all kind of brought here. And it is just in that sort of blur, almost as if, and like kind of a heavy fog sort of pressing in around you. The only two things that are clear are you and this young woman.
So I think as I've been left alone, I had taken the little amulet out from under my shirt that I've been hiding there for so long. And I've just been kind of pondering it, mulling over all the things that Screech had said. And if anyone were here to see it, they would see that it's basically like a badge of honor that like esteemed Grove Guardians would be awarded. It's old, definitely not Bragon's, and I've kind of just been looking over it. And then as my mind clears and my surroundings, I look up and I lock eyes with Quiva and I just go, oh, what the fuck's happening now? Are you real? What's... please tell me you're real, are you?
She stands up and her back has kind of been turned to you, Bragon. But as you call out to her, she reacts, she responds. I didn't call for you.
Bragon's heart falls into his stomach.
But you're the one who heard me. She turns.
Of course I heard you. I'm like, I've always been here to listen to you. You've always been here to listen to me. That's why we're so great. That's why we were such good friends. Where are you? What's going on here?
Tell her I didn't choose the dark.
What?
It chose me.
What do you mean it chose you? Quiva, where are you? And I rush forward to try and just grab her and hold her and see if she's corporeal.
As you move, the ground beneath you just shifts, Bragon. And it goes from that solid, familiar, soft grass of the Grove, and now it is just this marsh, this drinking, swallowing black ichor, and with each step you find yourself sinking into it.
In an incredibly rare moment of perseverance and effort from Bragon, I will absolutely everything I can to just move forward, to just stand up straight and continue pushing and trying to pursue her and reach her. Quiva, what are you doing? What's going on? Let me go. Come on, I can help. I promise. I promise I can do good. I swear. Come on.
You find yourself sort of waist deep, Bragon, as you're struggling through it, and you can feel your whole body aching. You can feel this ooze, this rot clinging to you and pulling you down. It feels as if there are dozens of hands wrapping themselves around you and just dragging 2-3 feet from her. You just see a curl on her lips as she smiles. And 2 tears fall down her face.
Not again, Caoimhe, not again. Come on, please. Please.
I'm not lost, Bragon. I am taken. Find the wound.
Taken where? I can get you. I'll come for you.
Heal the hurt. And she just holds out both of her hands to you.
I grab them. Or reach for them.
You feel her for half a second. You feel her kind of wrap her fingers around the edges of yours. And then you are staring into a dwindling campfire. There is something in your hands.
I look at it.
Grove Guardian brooch. Oisin arrives on scene.
Bragon, come with me. I need you.
What? Sorry. No, Grant. Okay, yeah, come on, let's go. We're heading off already. Yeah, cool. I'm all rested. I got a good power nap in there. Let's go.
All right, yeah, save it. The old ones are bickering. I need you to run interference.
Sure, yeah, okay.
Are you good? I don't know why I'm asking you.
No, I'm grand. I'm fine. Yeah, no. Yeah, I got this. Come on. This will be just like that time in Merrow.
Oh, save it for the stage. Save it for the stage.
I rush over to where Screech and Cussin are.
Are we good to kind of bring this with kind of Bragon just running over and just like telling a yarn and a half of and being like, we got to go back to the camp, we got to rest, everybody's tired, everybody's hungry. Each night, each time you've made camp, the tension was there, it was solid. Then the cracks formed, and now there are fractures. There are clear divides.
Can we get a reminder on what quests need completion so we are aware for next scenes?
I think I have to desecrate a forest.
I have all 3 of mine done now.
And Screech, you've all 3 done as well.
Cool.
And then Bragon, you have...
I need to test the metal of a fellow knight and use pieces of a monument of the forest as ammunition, which I've got earmarked, and I am about to do...
Okay.
Oh.
At some point, if we say that Oisin and Bragon's watches either overlapped or were concurrent, and I kind of like nudge you awake.
Yeah.
Here, come on, it's your turn. Your turn to do the honors.
Okay. All right. Anything of note or just trees?
Nah, just trees. You know yourself. Same old here. No weird visions or anything like that. Come here. Listen.
Wait, no, that was too specific.
Yeah. I have something for you. For, captain of the Grove Guardians. I'm said some things I probably shouldn't have said to you the other day. Yesterday, I don't even know. Time's a fucking mess.
I'll say that again.
I stole this from my parents. It was my granddad's. You might know him. Flandwell was his name. Great elven lad. And I hand you the badge.
I hold it. I'm still groggy. I'm opening my eyes. I say, "What?"
Look, just shut up for a second, all right? Come on. I left the Grove before I could even test for the Grove Gardens because I was failing every class, was failing everything. There was no way I was going to get in, couldn't deal with it. But you're the captain. So I wonder if you can make an exception and I'm not asking to be accepted, but I want you to train me. Come on, get up. Come on, train me. Come on.
What, right now?
Right
It's
now.
the
Come
middle
on.
of the fucking...
Go away.
Why the fuck? Okay. I get it. Everyone's high emotions. Look, okay. What do you want to know?
I don't know what to fucking know. You're the one who's supposed to fucking know everything. Tell me.
Well, I mean, usually we show people how to use spear and sword. I'm the only guy who has a spear here, and we don't have any spare swords. You have a sling. I don't know how to use that.
Okay, so we can just say I'll pass that one. What's next?
I guess that... I don't want to tell you any of this. There's a bunch of just theory of the rotation. Is honestly, a lot of the knowledge theory that you need is specific to the Grove, and we're out of the Grove right now. There's basic survival training for the woods, but we're in a fucked up woods, so that doesn't apply
Right,
either.
so we can just skip that part then, too. Cool.
Okay, I guess hand-to-hand combat
Right,
as the
then.
last resort. It's so...
Just fucking... Just...
Okay. I just groggily put up two hands. Say, okay, just right hook.
I give him my best. It's not bad, but it's not good.
Like, okay, so you'll fight your way through a couple bar fights. That's not bad. That's, city watch, maybe.
Show me how it's done. Come on.
Okay, put your hands up. Brace your core or some bullshit. Okay, so you're hitting just from the arm, and that's fine and all. You gotta put some momentum into it, or else you're not gonna get any strength with it. So see how I'm bracing and I'm twisting my body, and then I just straight up, I'm tired. I think I punch you in the chest a little bit. Oh shit!
No, it's fine. Do it again. Do it again.
Die.
I need to be able to take it.
Not really. No, you don't. You have an obsession with taking it to prove yourself.
No,
you have to examine
She's out
that.
there.
Okay. Hands up. No, you know what? Fuck it. Hands down. Dodge me. And I'm just gonna start. Like a boxing movie. I'm just gonna start announcing where I'm gonna hit and hitting there.
Sure.
So that you have the practice of, and then I'm gonna say, okay, that was good. You didn't get hit. Think fast on your feet, and I'm just gonna start wailing on you, and I'm just gonna hope that you dodge me.
I do my best, but I say I dodge 40% of it max.
You dodge 40% and say, okay, well, 40% is about a passing grade. That's a good start. I'm just gonna. I'm assuming that you're just kind of catching your breath. I'm just gonna lean down. I'm gonna sit on a stump or something. I'm gonna say, you could have just tested in. Like, I don't know how much of this is learned from you being away, or how much is this just you in your natural state, but you're past beginner level for sure. You would have just been trained like the rest of us.
Yeah, look, that doesn't matter now, though, does it? Like I said, she's out there. Look, she had like a bit of a weird moment there earlier.
We've gotten the download on everything, or have we not?
This is you're getting it now.
Awesome. I'm just like, what are you talking about? I haven't been questioning it because it's too early. But if you said it 3 times, so I feel like you want me to ask.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, who's out
Quiva.
there, Rhaegon?
She said the rock took her.
How-
The darkness took her or something. I don't know where, but I need to be strong enough to fucking finally do something. I can't let her go again.
Okay. I'm waking up. I'm forcing myself. I slap myself. I say, okay, I'm awake. How do you know this information? How did you find this information out?
I was sitting by the fire, and all of a sudden, I wasn't in the fire. I was in the grove, but it was all good in the grove again, and it was real nice and happy. And then I saw her, and then it went all real sad because she said she wasn't actually calling for me, but I was the one who heard. And then I stuck into some quicksand, and I got all real stuck in the sand ground. I don't know. It was fucking like wibbly wobbly groundy stuff, and so that's all I knew. And then I couldn't reach her, and then I could reach her, and then I woke up, and she said, "Oh, you need to come find me."
Okay, and was this a dream or a vision? There's a difference.
I don't think I was asleep.
Okay, sure.
Like it happened when you guys were all doing your shouting thing.
I said, okay. So she said that the rot took her.
Yeah.
Like what? Like she's some sort of champion of the rot? Like the way that I was a champion for...
I don't fucking know. You tell me.
Hey, man, you're the one getting prophetic visions.
Look, I'd ask for fucking none of this. You're the captain. You fucking tell me what to do, and I'll do it, all right? Call me an initiate or a trainee or whatever the fuck he's called, but I'm just along for the ride so I can get Quiva back. I don't give a fuck about anything else, all right?
That makes you and Cousin. I'm just going to stand up, stretch my back, and say, the best captain advice I can give you is sometimes don't listen to me. Because I don't know everything. Above orders, sometimes you just gotta do what feels right. And if it doesn't work out, we'll fix it. What do you want to do?
I want to find Quiva.
Okay? Good. Perfect. From anything that she said to you, do you think that is an angle to find her?
No, she said that I could hear her, so I don't know, I might be able to hear her again.
Okay. If it's magic vision bullshit, have you spoken to Screech?
No, he's fucking scary.
Yeah, he is.
Last time I asked him about magic, he just started asking me all these fucking questions and stuff. I don't want questions. I just want to be able to do something. So that's what I'm telling you. I get that you're saying, oh, don't listen to me. I've listened to my heart and stuff. And everyone's been saying that. And whatever. I'll get there. But I just want to do something fucking proper for once, all right?
Before this spear, the source of my power was the promise I'd made to myself to do everything I could to help. I think maybe you need to make a promise to yourself and let that guide you, if nobody else can. Be honest with yourself.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, time for me to go to bed. Nice chatting. I'll talk to you in the morning.
This conversation never happened. I was never cordial to you.
Yeah, look, you do you, Captain. Aye, aye.
The night kind of continues on, Oisin, and eventually it becomes time for you to take rest, and you call on Oisin, and there's no words exchanged. There's just a knowing look of okay, and Oisin, you watch as the glowing lights in the forest, those echoes of memories, begin to dwindle and fade as night rolls into day and the horizon begins to bleed this murky, pale orange. Very little of it pierces the canopy of the trees overhead, and you find yourself coughing. There's something catching at the back of your throat. You feel it in your lungs, and there is just this fire in your chest that as you begin to splutter and cough, you see that the others are waking, and they are waking with the same coughing. And all along the ground and the path, you see cracks have opened. And you can just see kind of a vapor lines rising.
Can I cough a little harder to see if I can cough out like a little bit of whatever is in my chest?
Yeah. There's a metallic taste when you do that. And you can see flecks of blood on your hand.
All right. I go over to the others like, right. All of you coughing, you need to tell me now. Have you coughed any blood?
No, Grant.
Bragon, don't have time for your bullshit. Have you coughed any blood?
Have I?
You don't like as you are. It's just a kind of a light hacking sound, but there's no blood. You don't taste blood.
Yeah. No, no blood.
Screech.
Just a pesky cough. I don't see any blood.
Oisin.
I take a step back and I just show you like my entire like thumb and index finger just covered in blood.
Catching on the air, there is this putrid smell of dead flowers and sulfur.
I think if the cough is going to get worse, I think the rot has gotten into our lungs. Okay? And I realize I don't have my apron, but I reach into my pocket and I take out like a little cream and I hand it to each. It's like, rub it on your chest, it'll help ease the congestion in there a little bit. But without my tools back at the Grove, there's no way for me to know how bad it actually is. So
you can hear a hissing sound. All of you kind of hear just in the distance, but like at the edge of the camp, and then the ground splits.
Put this on. Mask up, everyone.
You turn, masks on, and you start to see the path in front of you all is splitting. There are just these fissures tearing themselves open, and pockets of this putrid gas is just bleeding into the air. Some of the smaller, newer plants, those shrooms that had kind of closed up again, immediately petrify.
Oh, rot's in the air and the gas now.
Chunks of the ground collapse.
Damn.
We've got to go. Grab your stuff, let's go. Pick up my shield. I guess I'll use... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you first.
I was just going to say, I'm probably going to use haste and just try to speed through as fast as I can.
Okay. You're just going to leg it as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
Screech?
Screech is going to stay behind the group because he's Oath of the Sky. He can feel when these gaps are going to open as his natural ability to sense danger incoming. And I think I'll, with Valor, try and cut as many trees as I can with the polluted blood that he has to drop on top of the cracks before they open, so it doesn't let the gas escape as thoroughly as if it was uncovered.
Oisin?
I think I'm going to be the wrecking ball at the front. I'm gonna find a path, and I don't care if cracks or anything start to happen. I am just going to make a path for us to get out of here. Even if I'm like using the spear to fell trees, to cut through bushes, I will break anything in my path to get us out of here.
I think Screech is probably scream as well to like,
yeah,
Machine, avoid where I'm cutting trees.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
These are my trees.
Yeah.
My trees.
And I think as I do it, there's a moment where like the shirt tunic that I'm wearing gets caught in a branch, and I rip it, and the cut that was on my on my forearm, the blackened veins have now spread up the entire length of my arm, and I haven't noticed it yet.
Bragon is really, really trying to keep pace with Oisin. He sees Oisin going, and he's like, right, this is it. If this is how Oisin's dealing with it, this is how I'm going to deal with it too. And I do my best to keep up, but I'm only 40% as good as Oisin, if even. And
that's a passing grade.
And I gradually kind of fall further and further behind until I think, because everyone's in this big, massive sprint forwards, right? And as I'm falling further and further back, I kind of look at everyone, and Screech's words echo in my head of stop holding everyone back. Stop being a weight to the party. And then I think of what Oisin said, and that I have to do things my own way. And I'm going to use an ability of my sling to hurl myself to a spot that I can see. And when I do so, a soul price is paid. And so as I'm looking around all of this destruction and corruption and rot and petrification, I kind of freeze for a second, and I kind of just say to myself, I'm a coward. And a little bead of energy appears. I place it in my sling, and kind of just knowing the power of the sling kind of communing with me, I whirl it around my head, throw it, the bead zips across, and then I follow it and reappear where I've thrown it to.
In this moment, as just these rifts and tears in the path and the forest floor just are cleaved and carved open from the explosion of the gas beneath them, Oisin, you pulling a rag as tight up around your nose and mouth as you possibly can, and the herbal sort of vapor that you've kind of rubbed into your chest and neck kind of catching under your eyes. You just give a knowing look to the others, whipping your shield kind of up onto your arm. You all watch as the woman just belts out of the camp and then throws herself onto her shield.
Oh, sick.
As a rift opens beneath her, and she is blasted forward, throwing herself with as much of the concussive force. She's now running ahead of these cracks, throwing herself over falling stones and logs. In that maneuver, Oisin, you just hear Screech pointing where another rift is about to open, and in that moment, part of the collapsed shelter that he had made camp in is just knocked as Screech's ink and blood come whipping off of the page, and where the rift had begun to open, it is sealed. You both swooping and leaping over the terrain, Oisin using the spear to sort of springboard and fling himself forward, all the while searching the ground for where it is sturdy, where it is strong, where the pockets may not open. Screech watching deftly, carefully, and screaming out where he's able to help and where it's too dangerous to avoid. All of you can just hear Bragon heaving to keep up, the struggle in his lungs. It's not just out of lack of practice, it's not just general fitness, it is the spores catching and burning. And there's a moment, Bragon, where as you clamber over a fallen tree, you just see the edge of Oisin's spear just disappear into the fog. And you are alone. You can hear pockets of gas erupting all over the place. Your eyes stinging, vision blurring. The smell is overbearing. And then you hear Quiva's voice. Not lost. Taken. And something just shifts for you. And as you reach for your sling, energy coalescing in it, you whisper and then roar the words to yourself. And there is a crack in the air that's like thunder almost, as you just, like an arrow, cut through the gas and the fog. Below you, you can see Oisin pulling Oisin up and Screech just swooping down and their claws kind of grabbing into their cloaks, just pulling them over the path. You land and you find yourself in a clearing. 5 statues towering over you. And you see the crumpled, collapsed frame of Glenn, one of the half-elf twins, one of the legendary heroes of Galeshire. And there's just this absolutely coy, snarling grin on his face, etched immemorial in stone, and a raised eyebrow, and something in you feels sturdy, something in you feels confident, and the ground trembles beneath your feet. You have cleared the last 2 challenges. As Oisin, Screech, and Oisin clear the path, Bragon, there is a moment where you are able to take this space in. You see the damage that time hastened by the rot has done to it. How 3 of the statues, Glenn and Yarn, half-twin brothers, and Kappa, the turtle that travelled with them as they travelled the kingdom of Galeshire, righting wrongs and thwarting evil, have fallen, crumbled. Even in all of this, and you hear the others climbing the stone steps upwards, there's still a reverence, a solemnness that the rot can't replace, that the rot can't remove from here. And you take all of it in, this holy pilgrim site, this altar to heroes, this platform to legends. You hear the others approach, and the grove and this site fall silent.
I think as I'm waiting for them to approach, I walk up to the fallen statue of Glenn, the half-elf. And I look at his smug smile. And I kind of just say to it out loud to anyone, probably real fucking easy for you, wasn't it? Heard loads of stories about you, how good you had it. But no, not for all of us half-elves. Some of us get caught between 2 sides of the family. Neither wanting you, but no. So fuck you. Fuck all of this. I just want my friend back. And I just like hammer into it. Like I have, I just take out, I have a sword, like a shitty, like ceremonial sword. It's not very good. And I just take the hilt and I just like smack against it, like chipping both the statue and my sword until I just have like a small handful of pebbles and bits of rock.
What's everybody else doing at this point as you watch Bragon just hack and kick and break this crumbling statue?
I think Cousin, she watches for a second, but just she's too emotionally and mentally exhausted to really care. So she's just checking her shield and making sure that it's clean and ready to go.
Screech, having noticed that the danger is kind of behind them at this point, especially the imminent danger, is going to walk slowly up to Bragon, tap him creepily on the shoulder.
Jeez, what for?
I sense something has changed. And he looks at you, and you see that his arm, since last night or yesterday, his skin is now semi-translucent, and you can see like the veins within it, inked blood running through.
Nasty.
A side effect of using the scroll's ability, I'm afraid. One more mutation. I sense dedication. Hold on to it. It might be needed soon. He kind of positions himself towards one corner of this this plaza-like structure, try and see if there's anything coming or approaching.
And Ashin?
I'm going to just walk up to Bragon, put a hand on his shoulder as he's just sort of heavy breathing, and I'm just going to give him back the pin that he gave me. And I'm just going to say, for what lies ahead, we go in as Grove Guardians. All of us.
Okay.
As you look around, as you sort of take this space in, and Screech, like again, you've from the heights, you've seen the Song of Five Heroes. You've seen these statues. You've watched them as much as they've watched you back. You see kind of Oisin sort of meandering in and kind of drawing a little closer to you. Cossin watching as Bragon just hammers away at the statue of Glenn. And you see them. You see all of the five heroes. Yarn and Glenn, Mari, the halfling trader, Talik, a stoic old wizened wizard, and the crumbled statue of Kappa the turtle. You find yourself at the center of this space. They're kind of the five statues would have stood on their various platforms or dais, sort of just looking at each other, sort of in a semicircle. There are steps leading up to a temple or altar of sorts, sort of like at the crest of a hill. But you find yourself drawn to an old stone tablet, just sort of fixed there between them. Five stood where the world split wide. They sang no song, but silence cried. Their vow still binds a buried seed. Though roots have rotted, long live their noble deed. And you see kind of what this place must have meant to people. Who or what these figures, legends, heroes, people might have meant, and what they did during the Shard Wars. You find yourself just sort of lost in thought as Oisin approaches. And then all of you feel the ground trembling beneath your feet.
What do you feel that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I step towards the tablet and I'm just trying to look around to see if there's any cracks or any kind of fissures like what we saw back there.
As you reach for it, cousin, as you sort of reach out to it, you do see that just a couple of feet in front of it, you see the cobblestones, the rot moss and all of it just sort of trembling and vibrating. And then they crack. Not like the fissures as you were chased from camp. This is as if the earth itself is being torn open, clawed at.
Oh. I just like, something's digging its way up. Back up, back up. It's coming up. Something is coming up.
Okay, I'm gonna back up, spear out.
Take out my shield.
Scrolling me there.
Do the weapons feel any different?
They are trembling.
Hate that for us. Okay, lovely.
I place a bit of ammo in and start swinging, having it ready around my head.
As Cossin just kind of barks the order to kind of step back, to move back, you all watch as that central platform, this open sort of semicircle where the 5 statues stood, is just torn open. And the earth begins to just collapse. The statue of Mari just goes straight down into it. The earth begins to slip and slide. It's as if a huge sinkhole has opened and everything is getting just pulled into it. You find yourselves having to kind of retreat further and further back, almost to the point where you're at the top of the stairs at the start of this platform. And then it stops. And there is just this large hole in the ground.
I grab Oisin's hand and I just kind of lean over to look down the hole.
I brace so that I act as a counterweight.
You see Quiva standing at the bottom of this, right at the center of this hole.
It's just scrambling like, Kiva! Kiva!
As you struggle against Oisin,
I'm holding on for dear life. My butt is so close to the ground. I am holding you back.
you all hear Cossin just scream out Quiva's name, and it echoes through this pit.
I rush forward and also try to hold Cossin back. Cossin, don't look. It's not her. It's taken her.
What? What do you mean? Kiva! Kiva, come up here!
You see the ground beneath her surge, and this black ichor and ooze just floods around her feet. And she is swallowed in this ball of rot. And the earth, stone, roots, vines begin to shape and shift, tearing and structuring themselves until standing there in this pit, now almost sort of chest height, looking out at the four of you, you see this gigantic earth and stone, plant and rot of Quiva, the rot's warden, and she lets out a wailing cry. You've been listening to Echoes of the Grove with Apollo, Dread, Dylan, Nuno, and myself, Declan, as the Dungeon Master. Oh gosh, I'm just going to say it, I'm incredibly lucky as a a DM to get to work with and collaborate with people like this to tell this story. I am having such a blast getting to edit, sit back and kind of take it all in. There's stuff that just doesn't make it in only because we're kind of on a time crunch. And even then it's like, well, what do I keep? What do I don't keep? I could talk about this, the prep and the work and the characters for a long time. But I want to keep this short today. A big thank you. If you would be so kind as to leave us a comment, a thumbs up, a like, if you would share this, if you would pass this out to friends, we would be really, really appreciative. Your support has really allowed us to grow Romancing the Dungeon and reach new people, and then we make contact with those people sometimes, or sometimes they make contact with us and we end up making shows like this. So if you want to know more about Romancing a Dungeon or any of the D8 Dungeon shows, check us out on social media at D8 Dungeon. Why not join our Discord? There's a link to it in the episode description down below. Just put in that you're listening to the show and that'll get you through the little questionnaire at the top of our Discord. We've one episode left and wow, brace yourselves. Anyway, enough from that. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Of Quiva, the Rot's Warden.
Oh,
You're such a dickhead.
such an asshole, dude.
I respect it.